Nice. I like it, Greg.
It should be movies, but whatever.
You look like a learned man.
I need a pipe.
You do. You do. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Primarily Critical Movies and After Party. This would be it.
If you have not seen the film, we suggest that you do so before listening any further.
We got spoilers, trivia, and opinions like crazy, and we can't wait to share them.
Good, bad, old, weird, new, gross.
We pass judgment on them all.
Hey! Enjoy the trip, because you might not get there. My name is Steve. I'm here with...
Butter.
And...
Christian.
Today we're talking about Bill and Ted Face the Music. And what I mean by is enjoy the trip because you might not get there is like, I guess
your kids might have to do it.
Your kids might have to do it, yeah. It's kind of a destiny versus fate kind of thing. I don't know. Destiny versus kind of writing your own destiny. There's better words for this. Christian, you picked this movie.
Free will versus predetermination.
There we go. Free will versus predetermination.
I wasn't sure there needed to be a Bill and Ted 3.
Somebody did.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people did. A lot of people worked on this movie. A lot of money was put into this movie. Do you think there needed to be a Bill and Ted 3 30 years later?
Nostalgia's a powerful thing.
Powerful financial.
I think Moneybags also. Right?
Yeah.
I was fine without it, but I think some people probably really dug it. I mean, it was just as goofy. It was just the quality of the previous ones. It wasn't.
Yeah.
There was no downgrading.
I think the tough sell would be back when I saw the other ones. I was younger and it was funny and to my taste. And then you have to watch this one because of the nostalgia from the others. But it's like going back to an older movie that you remember with fondness, and then you're like, wait, all these flaws
I was
that
dumb.
I know. Yeah, and I think that's the case. I mean, I'm glad that everyone got work out of this film program, whatever, and they did have a huge list of, just cameos and other things in it. So, I mean, it was good, but they did get most people back, though, right? Like from the original, with the exception of, well, obviously Carlin, right?
Yeah, and the princesses, which I don't know if that's a gag or on purpose, but the princesses have never been the same.
Yeah, that's right.
But they went really hard getting all the other actors to be, like Missy's back 30 years later, and Death is back 30 years later.
Yeah, they made sure to have all the same actors for that.
Yeah, but the princesses are like, nah, just get two different women, whatever.
It's fine.
I don't know if that's ironic or if they're like, if it's just, a sad state of the industry, or if they did that on purpose because it's funny.
They must have done it on purpose. I mean, well, then again, the budget was $25 million. And according to this, it hasn't broken even, but it's still, I think that the numbers are still out. It's what's the date today?
10th.
Yeah, the 10th of September we're filming this.
But it's still early, and it's also during a different time.
Yeah, this is kind of an experiment. I paid $20 to watch this movie on my TV at home the same day that it would have been in a theater, which I'm not going into.
Yeah.
Probably never. I may never go into a movie theater again because if I'll pay $20 to watch it the same day.
Well, and they talk about this too, and I know this has nothing to do with the movie, but nowadays, who has less than a 55-inch TV, right? Like, you got your movie theater at home, you got your sound bar at home, your snacks are your own. I mean, it's just another one of these things that's with these state of times or whatever. And then these guys can cut out the middleman because the house releases or like Disney releases or whoever releases, and they don't have to, and they get all the profit.
It's
Right?
true. It's true. All the theater bums, management and all that stuff. And they made all their money selling popcorn.
Yeah, it's like when Blockbuster was going away and everybody else could see the writing on the wall except Blockbuster's management.
How dare you? Blockbuster still exists.
There was one and now it's gone.
I have an Airbnb. I'm waiting for it. Gonna go.
You're gonna go sleep in an old Blockbuster?
Sleep in an old Blockbuster. Watch your movies. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah,
it's funny.
The Blockbuster Twitter is supposedly one of the funnier ones too.
Yeah, I've read a few of those.
It is. It is. I should actually. I unsubscribed at some point. I was mass unsubscribing, but maybe I should hook back into that. Bill and Ted.
Yes.
Yeah, there was. Where I was confused. Were you guys confused?
It's a little bit convoluted, but it wasn't that. Yeah. It didn't get that far fetched.
Okay.
I was worried that they were going to loop on themselves like 52 times and turn into a Christopher Nolan movie that doesn't actually make any sense. But I'm like, this is Bill and Ted.
Hold on, Tenet's going to be coming up. Relax. Don't review it here.
Oh, we'll review it. We have opinions. They will be heard.
Yeah. No, I agree. I didn't know what to expect in the sense that, you're getting into nostalgia and you're, kind of like, okay, like, please do this, but don't do that. Like, don't break this. Like, I mean, we all went through that whole thing with Star Wars back when they're like, oh, let's do 1, 2, and 3. And you're like, why? But anyways, like, there was no Jar Jar Binks per se in this movie. And when they dealt with themselves, it was interesting because they had progression, but you could kind of see where it was going right from the get-go because it was like, well, there's no Bill and Ted, it's this and that instead, right? Like, so the names,
Billy and Thea, I'm like, their kids are gonna have to make the song.
The kids are making the song, right?
Well, they didn't really make the song. They all they put the whole world together. They said, okay, if the song sucks, it's everyone's fault, not just us. Or no, I mean, well, they had everyone get together and sing Kumbaya or whatever,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with musicians from across time.
Yeah.
But it was nice how they continued the gag that married the dad, married the other dad, now married the brother, Like,
she's making her way around. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
the brother was not a returning actor. They got somebody new for that. Yeah.
Did that, yeah.
Yeah, he was a new guy. I wish George Carlin was in this stupid thing. Like, I just wish he was still there to be in this stupid thing.
Yeah.
The other thing I wish that they had done is when they used the phone booth, I wish that they had the old 1980s graphics of going through the tubes of time.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just like redo them in CG, but make them look like the 80s.
Yeah, make them look like they did, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't have to make them all shiny and new.
No.
That's what the tubes of time look like. They always look like that.
Yeah.
Regardless of what time period you're traveling to or from, that's what the tubes of time look like.
Or when you're using the new egg of time, you can have the new graphics, but when you're using the old,
well, no, the egg's just a different machine, but it's still using the same highways.
Okay.
See, that's what you're talking, like it's the highway versus the.
Yeah.
You're doing it with a Toyota Corolla and a Lamborghini,
a Model T, Model T or a Tesla. They're still driving on the highway
on the same road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other thing is like they brought all the actors back, except for the
Steve,
princesses.
Do you want to drop your favorite car and your least favorite car like we did? No.
Car?
Yeah.
I just went modern and ancient.
Oh, I see. That wasn't your top car.
No, okay. Topper. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Where was the Circle K? It's still there. That Circle K location in Arizona that they filmed in, still there.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they go back?
Yeah.
I don't know.
$20 million budget. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Circle K's wise to them now.
Can't do that anymore. That's not enough money to do it.
Yeah.
It blew most of their budget getting Keanu Reeves back. Yeah.
I doubt that. He probably did it on the whatever.
Well, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
He didn't produce it. He didn't write it. Somebody twisted his arm.
Well, he was enthusiastic about it. I think that was.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But he strikes me as being the kind of guy that would do it to give everyone else work that wouldn't get work, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that guy would live off his motorcycle if he could. Oh man, I don't know. They didn't age well. I don't think they aged well. Did you think they aged well, Christian? Greg?
I like that we saw that these dudes had gotten old and fat and middle-aged, and trouble with their wives and trouble with their kids, and I don't know how they afford the 2-car garage in suburbia on the things that the wages they pull down as shitty musicians.
Yeah, well, they said they were living off their wives, I think.
Yeah, at the end, the heroin thing. I don't know. It scratched an itch, but really quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think it. It wasn't I had to see it but am I better off because I've seen it, or was it wasted time? I don't know.
I went back and the other two are on Netflix, so I watched. They're on neither Netflix or I had them on Movie Time or one of the on-demand channels that I have. Anyway, so I watched one, then I watched two, and two was a complete eye-opener. I'm like, I know I've seen this, but I don't recall a single detail about Bogus Journey. Has it been a long time since you've seen it?
Yeah, I
watched.
I remembered one.
I watched at least 3 recaps.
Okay.
On YouTube. I posted one of them on our Discord.
Yeah, I watched that a few minutes before we started. But I was like, wow, I don't remember anything about this second movie. I'm glad I'm all caught up. And then I watched the third one, and I was like, well, this is $20, but it replaces a movie theater experience. The only thing I'm disappointed in is that I gave them $20 and it was a rental. I would have liked to have given them $20 and kept it.
Oh, it is only a rental when you drop that kind of money?
Yeah.
Is Mulan the same?
I don't know.
Okay.
When I rented it on iTunes, and it was only available as a rental. It wasn't.
I see.
Yeah.
And it was the same price. It was the same price everywhere. It was $20 on iTunes. It was $20 on my cable provider. It was $20 from YouTube or Google Play or whatever else. So the price has been fixed across the board.
Okay.
But $20 is a little much for a one-shot thing that I stream at home. And they need to fine-tune this post-movie theater experience where you give them $28 and you keep a copy.
Yeah. Well, you used to be able to do that with movie theaters. You would pay your movie theater fee, and then if you wanted to get it, you could buy the digital or the DVD for X, but they would throw you the fee that you've already paid to see the movie towards it.
Yeah, that's what Cineplex does that.
Oh, it does?
I looked at Cineplex before I rented it on my cable provider, and it was the same. It was $20 at Cineplex, but you didn't keep a copy. But yeah, Cineplex, I know Steve's rented some things or bought some things from Cineplex. They do give you a discount because you've paid for it in the theaters, because they can track you with your whatever scene membership.
Your scene membership, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, haven't you done that? Like you buy
you did that.
No, I own one movie through Cineplex, and it's only because I couldn't find it anywhere else, and it was Tank Girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know I've gone to Cineplex to purchase.
That?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a cult movie.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
It gets better with age.
But I know you put it right next to Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've bought movie tickets prior to going to the theater online, and it says, "Do you want it?" For $5 extra, you could have the digital download, and I was like,
yeah. It's $5. It's the cost of coffee. Why not? And then you have it, right?
Yeah. Then you can stream it later after you've watched it once in the movie theater. See, that's zooming in on the perfect consumer media experience. We're getting there.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. We'll reach that Star Trek utopia.
Yeah, well, but like Mulan on Disney Plus is 30 or 30 something, but then it goes right into and it will eventually anyways. It just allows you to see it probably 6 months before it's.
It's not going to hit. It's not going to hit streaming or disc purchase till Christmas.
Yeah, but then once it does, you can stream it just without having to pay. But
yeah,
if you want to, you got kids.
Man, I barely remember the cartoon.
Christian's all over that.
Oh. No, I haven't even watched The Mandalorian yet.
He loved Dora so hard.
No.
Live action forever.
Live action cartoon movie.
Oh man.
Forced on me by two guys who have children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Here we go.
You always make it sound like we're attacking you, but yeah. I was seriously just curious.
Double team.
That's why I picked it.
You can justify it. The two of you can justify it. Hey kids, come watch this stupid show with me. Me, I have to watch this stupid show with my dog.
Oh, it's even better because our price point is more because we're getting more people in to watch it at once. Yeah. Whereas you got to be like, I had to pay full price for this. Oh God.
Yeah, I had to pay $5 for this, and only one person watched it. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Maybe you could watch it at 1.5 speed. Anyway.
Maybe it's better the second time you watch it.
I only rented it once. I'm not paying them again.
Should we get into this trivia?
All right.
Sure.
All right. The alt rock band Weezer released an original song, "Beginning of the End," Wild Stallions Edit, as the first single for the album's soundtrack in August 14th, 2020. Interestingly enough, Weezer's first gig was a closing act for the alt rock band Dogstar in 1992, which Keanu Reeves was a member of at the time. I've never even heard of Dogstar, but I did know that Keanu Reeves was in a band.
There's further evidence later on in this trivia that Keanu Reeves takes care of his friends, and he makes a lot of friends. And I've even there's internet memes like Keanu Reeves meets perfect strangers and then does something for them that makes their day or their life.
Aww.
In this film, Kelly is Rufus's daughter. The late George Carlin played Rufus in the first two Bill and Ted films, and his real-life daughter's name is Kelly. The Kelly role is named as a way to recognize and honor George Carlin.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I wonder if Kelly's trying to become famous for anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Samara Weaving won the role of Thea in the movie after Keanu Reeves found out that she was the niece of Hugo Weaving. Keanu had worked with Hugo on the Matrix trilogy.
Oh, he worked.
I bet you those guys send each other Christmas cards.
I bet they do. With Christmas letters with all kinds of stuff on.
With photos of their families. Like, this is what we got up to this summer.
Yeah.
Pandemic sucked, but here's what we did. Dear Hugo, how are you doing? I hope Australia is
delightful.
Delightful, yeah.
Delightful. The princesses, Joanna and Elizabeth, have never been played by the same actresses throughout the franchise. In Excellent Adventure, they were played by Kimberly LaBelle and Diane Franklin. In Bogus Journey, they were played by Sarah Trigger and Annetta Askey. And now they are played by Jama Mays and Aaron Hayes.
William Hayes.
Christian, you think this might be a running joke?
I think that might be a joke. I don't know why else they would do it.
It's a bad joke.
Unless it's either an industry hardship that women actresses have to put up with, that, oh, you're too old, we can't use you. Or for some reason the first actresses demanded too much money for the second one, and they're like, okay, well, we're not going to hire you. I don't know which it is. I don't know whether it's ironically funny
You know how the world was glitching as the movie was going on? People were appearing here and there and everywhere. They should have had the princesses switching out.
Yeah,
as the movie was going on.
I think that would have been a little too high level for the plot. That was a little bit on the edge of being too confusing for its target audience.
Yeah, but they could just do one scene where they're stuck in a room and
their faces change just for a second.
Yeah.
But they still have to get those actresses likeness rights and pay them.
Yeah.
To put them in and for that split second. Yeah. I'm wondering about this movie too. There's going to be kids now who are going to go back and watch 1, 2, and 3 and probably enjoy them as much as you did when you were 16, 32 years ago. And I'm wondering if the same thing sort of happens with the Lord of the Rings and the Harry Potter movies. There's new generations arriving all the time, and those Harry Potter movies are now ancient history.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask that same question in the sense that for us it's nostalgia, but for someone else watching it, would they watch them all 3 just boom, 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 and then be like, okay, it followed a nice whatever progression, But to answer your question about the Harry Potter, my kids fell into that, right? And they're young. They're now, they started back with my daughter's 10. So it's one of those things where she's feeling like she can connect with Hermione or Ron or whatnot. And because it's set in a magical world and it's old timey already, even though
ageless.
The movies, exactly. So.
Well, there are books out.
But I haven't seen any of the other ones, right?
Yeah.
Mystical Beasts. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, that's okay. It's okay. There's other books like that. Albus Potter. Not to get off topic. And now this is way off topic, but Albus Potter goes on his own adventures, and he's the son of Harry Potter.
Okay.
But your daughter started watching the movies after the entire 9-part movie series was finished, right? So she has the luxury of being able to watch them at the timeline that she wants. We had to wait 1.5 years between each, right? So we had to get older as these movies went on. Your daughter can watch them all when she's 10 and finish them before she's 11.
Right. Yeah. The struggle is real. Yeah.
They'll have their own movies that they're itching to see. Somebody will write a book, I'm sure, between now and
some epic movie or epic book series that gets made into a 19-part movies that takes 20 years to finish.
Yeah. Well, look at Game of Thrones; it's still relatively new. So we're waiting for the next one. Is that Bill and Ted? Is it anyone else have any more questions?
I do have one. The Dennis Caleb McCoy. What? I didn't get that. Was there something to it, or was it just something in there? The robot.
I know. I have no idea.
Did I miss something, or was he just completely? No. Okay.
No. I was lost too.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a callback or a tie-in or something that I didn't get.
Okay.
I think it was hilarious that the robot killed everybody and then felt bad about it.
Yeah, my bad.
He was supposed to be the big bad, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Okay, that was it. So I'm good.
If, ladies and gentlemen, you happen to know more about the naming of the robot and all that business, please comment down below. I'd love to hear about it. And then I'll post it on our Discord. You can join our Discord too.
Edumacate us.
Edumacate us. Yeah.
Next week, we don't know what's happening next week.
Next week, Monday at noon. The plan is for, I think, what was it? The Naked Gun.
Naked Gun. Leslie Nielsen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plan is for me and John and Phil to review The Naked Gun, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. Greg was kind enough to remind me that O.J. Simpson's in it. So I'll be watching out for that.
Make sure everyone's got like screwdrivers or something. You take a choice, whatever.
Be sure to check out primarily.critical.com. We got merch, people. That's right. We're stepping up our game. We have merchandise. You can be drinking.
Oh, yeah.
You should put an ad text of a picture of the merch.
I should. Yeah, it'll be. I'll try and place it in between all three screens.
Right over my face.
Right.
Make the boop sound.
Boop.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, whatever. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great day.
Party on, dudes.
Party on, dudes. Be excellent to each other.
To each other.
And party on.